Hi, spelling group number 3. This is Miss Yolanda again. Monday morning. It's morning for me, so I don't know what time you're watching the video, but it might be afternoon for you. So let's get started. I am going to give you a spelling test on the spelling words that I gave you last week. If you have a piece of line paper, get a piece of line paper, and I want you to write on top of the line paper. I want you to write spelling test. And then I want you to write a 2, because this is last week's words, okay? Spelling test 2. Today we're going to do spelling 3, so tomorrow I'll give you the new spelling words. So you should have, I believe, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 words that I gave you last week. And the first, okay, make sure you don't look on any, if you have these words written down somewhere, don't look at them. This is, you were supposed to write them 6 times, learn them, be able to read them and write them. So I'm going to test you on them now. The first word is study. I hope you did study your spelling. That's number 1. Number 2, the word is try. I know you did try to study. Try. And number 3 is write. When you write, use your best penmanship. Write. I will correct your penmanship. Number 4 is hear. Did you hear that loud thunder? Hear. Number 5, beyond. Buzz Lightyear's favorite verse was to infinity and beyond. Beyond. And that was 3, 4, 5, number 6. I think I gave you 6 words. Among or among. Among all the apples was an orange. Among. Among. Okay, so you're going to put that paper away. Excuse me. You're going to put that paper away, and I hope you did find your spelling books. But if you did not, get another piece of line paper. And on that line paper, I want you to write spelling number 3. You don't have to write group 3. Just write spelling number 3 on the top of the paper. And I'm going to give you, today I'm going to give you, depending on the words, if they're real easy, I'm going to give you more spelling words. If they're kind of hard, I'll shrink it down. Okay, so you have time to learn the hard words. But today I will be giving you 7 words. They're a little bit easy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's one hard one in there, but I'm going to give you 7 words today. And number 1, which on your paper, it's going on your book. If you're doing it in your book, 1, 2, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Inside your spelling book, it's going to be number 7. Okay, hold on, let me get a spelling book. Okay, some of you guys have, I believe this is the spelling book you have, because there's brown ones and black ones and blue ones. Okay, so remember it's folded in half, and on this half you write 1 through 10, you skip a line, so it's 1, skip a line 2, skip a line 3, all the way to 10, and then we do 11 through 20 on this side. Okay, so the word I'm going to give you right now, I believe, is number 7. Okay, it'll be 1 on your paper if you're using a paper, but it'll be 7 in your book, depending on which one you're using. The word is balance. 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 When you walk on the rope, you need to know how to balance yourself. Riding a bike is learning to balance yourself. Balance. Sounds like the insect ants, huh? But there's no T there. Ants. Balance. Okay, let's look at the first syllable. Bow. There's no multi-letter phonograms. There's no silent letter. There's a vowel. Okay, the vowel, does it say first, second, or third sound? Ah, ba, first sound. We don't have to write the one. Okay, go to the next syllable. Ah, first sound. Don't have to mark it. And no sound. Silent letter. Now, why is that E there? Well, let's go down the list of our spelling rules for silent E. First rule is it's there to tell the vowel to say its second sound. The vowel is not saying its second sound, it's saying the first one. Okay, the second rule is, rule number 2, is V and U take a 2. That's rule number 2. V and English words do not end in V and U. There is no V and U. So let's go to number 3. C and G take a 3. We have a C. Now, why does a C need a silent E? The letter C has 2 sounds. S, k. We always use k, but we have to tell it's k, s. We always use k. In order to use something has to tell it to say s. So that's why a silent letter is there. So C and a G take a 3. So it's rule number 3. You're going to put a little 3 next to the dotted lines. And then you're going to underline a little underline under the C. That means it's a second sound. Okay. Your next word is cry. Cry. When a baby is born, the first thing he does is cry, 1 syllable. Okay. No multi-letter phonograms, but we do have a Y that says I. Why is it saying I? Okay, don't write this. This is just to show you. English words do not end in I, so we can't write that. So we replace the Y. Remember our vowel, our Y has 3 sounds. The first one is a consonant. These 2 are vowels. It, I, it's using the second sound, I, okay? This should all be reviewed for you guys. You guys should know all these rules by now. The next word is act. Act. Okay. In the movies, actors and actresses learn to act. Act is to pretend. It's 1 syllable. First sound, act. No multi-letter phonograms, no silent letters. Okay, so the next one is going to be number 10 in your book. It's going to be number 10. The next one is use. You can use my pencil if you need to. Use. 1 syllable. Use. Use. Okay. So we have a vowel. The u, u, Which sound is it? 1, 2, or 3? Use. U. It's a second sound. Why is it saying its second sound? It's saying its second sound. The silent E is telling it to say its second sound. Okay? It's rule number 1. Silent E, rule number 1. Now notice the S. Listen to the S. Use. S has 2 sounds. S, Z. Use. So we're going to put number 2 on top of the S. I don't know, I hope you can see that. That's a little 2 on top of the S. That means it's saying its second sound. Okay. The next one is really easy. The word is tax. Tax. Listen to the end. Tax. Okay, the sentence is the government will charge you tax on your purchase. Tax, that's when you have to pay a little bit extra money that goes to the government for their use of her services. Okay. Tax. There's no multi-letter phonograms. I don't see any silent letters. There's a vowel. Tax. First sound. We don't put the one and the x. That's an easy one. Number 6. Size. Size. What size shoe do you wear? Size. One syllable. Size. Oops. I see that there's a glare in on there, so I'll move that. So you don't get the glare. Okay. One syllable. I, second sound. That's, I'm sure you guys already know this. This should be all review. You should know, you should see it and identify the rule right away. So spelling is not just about spelling it correctly. It's about knowing what the rules are, okay? So let me actually move this over here. Hopefully you can see that better right there. Okay, so this is rule number 1. It's there to tell the the if to say I, because if you were in beginner class in this school, you probably learned the ladders, which was sa, se, saw, sa. The vowels always say the first sound unless there's something telling it to say the second sound. So S-I, sa, se, si. So if that E wasn't there, it would say si. As for example, don't write this. See, there's no silent E, so it says sizzler. Okay, sizzle. Okay, and the last word. You're gonna like this one. The word is thought. Thought. One syllable. I thought we were gonna begin exercising today. It's always a thought, huh? Exercise is always a thought, but it's hard to do. Thought. Okay. So we have that's long. Okay. So I see vowels and I see multi-letter phonograms. And it looks like we have, it appears that we have a silent letters, but we don't. When we identify the multi-letter phonograms, you'll see that they're there as part of the multi-letter phonogram. And I'm hoping you're not getting too much glare on there, you can see it. But the first multi-letter phonogram is thought. So it's the first sound. Thought, first sound, okay? Then I hope you all notice what the next multi-letter phonogram is. You guys remember those sounds? It's, let's see if we remember. I forgot. Ow, oh, ooh, let me look really quick. This is a hard one. How do I expect you guys to remember if I don't know it, huh? It's o, oo, uff, off, ah, ow. O, oo, uff, off, ah, ow. So which one are we using? That's 6 of them. Ah. O, oo, uff, off, ah, ow. Thought. It is number 5. Let's see. O, oo, uff, ah, I'm sorry. O, oo, uff, off, aw, aw, o, u, f, off, aw, thaw. It's a fifth sound, okay? So make sure you write this 6 times. I think all of you guys know how to spell this, but it's always going to be O-U-G-H. If you move an O and U, you flip it, or you flip the G and the H, you're going to get it wrong. So make sure you practice that one. It's O-U-G-H. O-U-G-H when you write your thought 6 times. So you should be able to read. I think all of you guys know how to read these words. You should be able to read them. You should be able to spell them, and you should be able to tell me what the rules are, all these marks, and why we use a Y here, why there's a 2 there, what rule number this is, what rule number this is, why we underline the C, the 2 sounds of this multi-letter phonogram and the 6 sounds of this multi-letter phonogram. Okay, so tomorrow I will be putting out a video on phonograms, and it's just going to be one video for the entire time that we're doing long distance. So you're going to keep referring to that video each time you need to review your phonograms. Okay? All right. So spelling test tomorrow on these 6 words, and I'm going to give you, 7 words. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Tomorrow, I believe I'm going to give you 7 more words also. Okay? If you guys do well on the 7, we'll leave it at 7. If there's too many mistakes, I'll bump it down to 5. Okay? We'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.